Good evening and welcome to Bristol's 34th Annual HiSET Graduation Ceremony. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the 2019 recipients of the HiSET Diploma. At like to invite Jean Willem Germain and Jerinette Gonzalez to the stage to lead us in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the singing of the national anthem. Thank you, Jean, William, and Jerinette. Is it John? Okay, nice to meet you. Gentlemen. Sorry about that.
No problem. Congratulations, student. I wish I can be there. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and the republic for which I stand in one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America. Congratulations, students, again.
Hello, is Jerinette here? Well, then we will skip over the national anthem, and because I am not one to sing it for you, unless we have a volunteer from the audience. Here we go.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad suns and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the hope of the brave?
And thank you, Jean Willem, for that wonderful Pledge of Allegiance. Good evening. My name is Laura Douglas, and as president of Bristol Community College, I welcome you to this special ceremony where we honor this year's HiSET recipients. Everyone, please be seated. And I just have one more request before we proceed with the ceremony. Would you all just take a moment to silence your cell phones if you haven't done so already? And when your phone is on silent, you can still take pictures and you can still tweet and Instagram and Snapchat silently. This is a big event and we want you to spread it to the world, okay? That's your homework assignment for the evening. As we get started, I would like to introduce to you some very special guests who have joined us today and are here to congratulate all of you on this wonderful accomplishment. I invite these guests to please rise as I call their name. The Honorable Jazel F. Correa II, Mayor of the City of Fall River. Our wonderful Representative Alan Sylvia. Our Vice President for External Affairs, Jennifer Menard. Our Director of Adult Education and Workplace Literacy, Nancy Labonte. And our outstanding outstanding Bristol Adult Education Directors Eileen Cruz, Carmen Botello, and Ada Snow. Tonight's keynote speaker, Milagros Sanchez Gaton. Our student speakers, Davia Williams, Melissa Watson, Kathleen Carlo, and Jermina Guillame. I would also like to recognize our very special Board of Trustees for their support of all of our programs, but especially this wonderful HiSET graduation today. They are here to make wonderful decisions about your education and to allow everyone in Bristol County the opportunity to gain an education. So I would like to introduce the chair of our board, Joan Medeiros. Also, Trustee Diane Sylvia. Diane is an alumna of Bristol Community College. And I don't know if Sarah Hincapi is here today, our student trustee. I don't think she made it tonight. I would also like to introduce to you members of the President's leadership team. They are Joyce Brennan, our Vice President for Marketing and Communications. Dr. Suzanne Buglioni, our Vice President for Academic Affairs. Dr. Rhonda Gavovich, our Vice President for Institutional Research. Steve Kenyon, our Vice President for Administration. And Erin Wright, our Interim Director of Human Resources. A sincere thank you to all of you for your support of our programs. And now I would like to introduce to you Jen Menard, who will introduce our wonderful mayor of the city of Fall River.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to the class. And I just wanted to say I'm very happy and lucky today to be able to introduce Mayor Jazel Correa II. He is my mayor, so I'd like to take this opportunity to thank him for his life's mission has really been about improving the health and welfare of the residents of the great city of Fall River. And he's so excited to see the students today gain this critical credential and wanted to be a part of your day. So thank you so much, Mayor, for coming. Come on up.
Thank you. So I didn't want to put on the hat because I have another event, another graduation tonight, and I don't want to mess up my hair, so I apologize. But it really is a pleasure for me to be here. I never miss this event year after year, although I do have to leave early because of another graduation. It is graduation season. I did not want to miss this because there are three very distinct groups of people or individuals that I really want to show gratitude towards and help thank with all of you that are here. But before that, also very important to me is the fact that Bristol Community College is the best community college in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. They are just outstanding. My parents went here. They met here. I would not exist if Bristol Community College was not here. So Bristol is very important to me. Thank you. And they just produce fabulous individuals, and they just have a great team. So thank you to the college. This is a special night because I know how difficult it is to make it to this night. There's a lot of challenges along the way, and that's why I wanted to be here as the mayor of our great city and thank three very important groups. The first group, and I need everybody's help in thanking these three groups. The first group is, of course, the staff, all of your teachers, all the people here at Bristol that make it possible for you to be here tonight. They truly are special. They're so dedicated, and they really care about each and every one of you, and they want to see you make it to tonight. So a big, giant round of applause for all the staff, the teachers. That's pretty good. I have a little competition going, and I'll tell you about that in a second. The second group of people, the second group, very, very important as well. And if the class can stand, if you're able, please, just for a second. And if you could turn around to your right and left and behind you, and wave and give a big round of applause and thank you to all your family and friends that are here. All right. Nice. Okay, you can sit, please. You can sit down. Thank you. Thank you for indulging me in that. I think it's so important because, as I said, I go to so many graduations, 2 just today, and every single graduation is the same. You're sitting here, you're looking at us, and you're going to walk across the stage shortly, and that's what the graduation's about. We're here to support you and thank you and congratulate you, but so often the people behind you and on the side of you are really part of the graduation. Some of them are just as excited, if not more excited sometimes, parents, families, kids, than the actual graduates. And it's so important that we thank you for being here because that's your support group, whether it's brothers, sisters, spouses, family members, even children. They're here along the way, and I know that they're so special to you, and that's why they all came out to celebrate this special moment. So thank you to our families and friends that are here. And the final group, now this is where the competition comes in. So I've been asking this question at every graduation, and I'm seeing which crowd is the loudest. So let's see. We'll see. Okay, we'll see. Wait a minute. So the final group that we've got to give a round of applause and a big thank you to is the reason we're all here tonight, the graduates. So let's tell the world how excited and proud we are of these 2019 HiSET graduates. Let's hear it. Wow. Okay. Wow, that's pretty good. That's, okay. Thank you for that. Wow. That's the winner so far. I'm not even just saying that. That truly was the loudest so far. So congratulations. And that's why we're here. We're here to thank you as well. We know all the people in this room, the people on this stage. We know the challenges that were before you. We know about the people that may have told you couldn't do it. We know about the obstacles that you met and the challenges you overcame to make it here, day by day, all the hours, the studying, all the different people that were helpful in making it possible for you to be here tonight. At the end of the day, it was still you. It was still you that made the decision to get it done, and you did. And I'm just so proud to be here tonight as the mayor of the city of Fall River, to see these wonderful people that are already part of our great community go back out into our community even a little bit more successful, and they're going to become even more successful with this HiSET certificate here in the city of Fall River and beyond. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Congratulations to the class of 2019. I can't wait to see what you do.
Yes. We didn't want to overlook introducing, or recognizing rather, Paula Popio and Ed Cabalin as PLT members as well. So sorry for that oversight, but they're here. Take a wave, make a wave to the crowd. Very much in support of our programs as well. Sorry for that oversight. My name is Nancy Labonte, and I am the Director of the Adult Education and Workplace Literacy Programs, overseeing the HiSET programs, as well as English language programs at the Fall River, the Taunton, and Attleboro campuses, as well as in workplaces and community-based agencies in the Fall River and New Bedford areas. I want to start tonight with, actually, first of all, congratulating you guys, right? You've heard it several times, but I want to give you my personal congratulations. The 2019 HiSET recipients on a well-earned achievement. Okay, I know you guys worked hard. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but I will begin actually with expressing my pride and enthusiasm for not only providing leadership for the talented and committed staff that work for these programs, but also for ensuring the high-quality programming for these smart, hardworking students. So I'm very proud, and I just want you to know that I'm proud of you all, and I'm proud to do this work on behalf of you. Okay, thank you. So for many of you, the road to the achievement of your HiSET diploma was difficult, requiring that you juggle family, work, and other personal commitments while you studied and attended classes. Difficult as you studied and learned material that spans years, right? You guys were studying the HiSET material spans 9th to 12th grade years. This accomplishment is quite impressive and worthy of the honor we bestow on you here this evening as we celebrate. While this has been a personal journey for you, it is important to recognize those who have supported you, and we've recognized family and friends. But at this time, I would like to ask that all adult education staff in attendance, and many of you are here tonight, stand at this time so that we can give them a special acknowledgement for all they do to support our students on their educational paths. So please stand, adult education staff, teachers, directors, counselors, advisors. Thank you. We would also like to extend our thanks to each of the partners and benefactors listed on the back of our program tonight. Without their support, these programs would not be possible. Okay, so how many of you like quotes? How many of you graduates like a good quote? Yes, a lot of meaning in these quotes, right? How many of you find value in a brief phrase or words of inspiration? Right? There's a lot of them going around these days, maybe on Facebook, social media, sometimes in little books like Chicken Soup for the Soul or even a fortune cookie. Or, you know, these little phrases that mean something to us, right? Well, I've always loved a good one that resonates with me at a particular point in time, one that can make me think, one that can make me feel positive about some direction I'm headed in. And I love them for these ceremonies in particular, okay? So I looked for one that might inspire you here tonight to not only reflect on your accomplishment, but to also inspire you to take further action going forward. And I found one that is very relevant to our message here tonight and beyond. Roy T. Bennett is the author of The Light in the Heart, one of his many books where he shares positive thoughts and creative insight that have helped countless people to live a successful and fulfilling life. He hopes that his writing will help you become what you are capable of becoming. And the quote is, "It's only after you've stepped outside your comfort zone that you begin to change, grow, and transform." And that is what you have done, isn't it? You've stepped outside your comfort zone. You've achieved your HiSET. And as a result, you've been changing, growing, and transforming. And wow, isn't that something, right? I wonder if you realized these extra benefits of moving forward and achieving your HiSET, that you would change as a person and be transformed into a new person. I thought it appropriate to share some stories of some people who you may recognize who overcame great challenges and stepped outside their comfort zones as further inspiration for you this evening. I'm going to start with Thomas Edison, a few historical figures and a couple of current ones. Thomas Edison, teachers told him that he was not a good student, so he dropped out and was homeschooled and self-taught largely. Apparently, he was no better at work as he was fired from his first 2 jobs for not being productive enough. Even as an inventor, Edison made 1,000 unsuccessful attempts at inventing the light bulb. But eventually, he achieved his goal, right? The next one is Walt Disney. I don't know how many of you know some of these stories, and maybe you didn't realize it, right? The man who has affected generations to come with his cartoon creations was once considered a failure. Disney was fired from his job because he lacked imagination and had no good ideas. However, the man who brought us Mickey Mouse and a slew of other characters had many early failures, but they didn't dissuade him from moving forward. When he formed the Walt Disney Company, all of his past failures helped to pave the way for a successful business. Disney and Walt Disney Company have touched the lives of millions across the globe. From cartoons to theme parks and animated movies, both children and adults now enjoy the fruits of Disney's labor. Had he given up, things would have been far different, but he persevered. And then I'd like to share one more, which is J.K. Rowling. And if you don't know who she is, she's the famous Harry Potter author. And some of you probably read some of her work in your studies, right? Maybe while you were in school. Joanne Rowling was an unemployed single mother who considered herself to be poor as it is possible to be without being homeless, saying she was the biggest failure she knew herself, right? During that same time, though, she finally finished her first novel. She submitted it to publishers, and 12 rejected it. The 13th publisher, however, took a chance on her, just like she had taken a chance on herself. And now, of course, over 500 million copies of her Harry Potter series have been sold, making it a bestseller book. So what decision did she make that changed her life? And we've got some speaking points right from her. And she said, "I stopped pretending to myself that I was anything other than what I was and began to direct all my energy to finishing the only work that mattered to me." She said, "I was set free because my greatest fear had been realized. I was still alive, and I still had a daughter whom I adored, and I had an old typewriter and a big idea. And so rock bottom became a solid foundation on which I rebuilt my life." So finally, I just wanted to say that there are many more of these kinds of stories. You could just Google them, really, right? Famous people, everyday people. And you probably all know somebody, right, that had these challenges and were able to achieve big things, small and large, right? Maybe they're not famous, but nonetheless, they were able to achieve great things when they, again, stepped out of their comfort zone, okay? So I want to ask you tonight, what are you further capable of becoming? Wonder if you've been thinking about that. Our hope here at Bristol is that you continue to become what you are capable of becoming. Maybe through a certificate program or degree program, maybe through advancement at your job, a new career, trade school, or other pursuit in your life or community. And that you also model this for your children, other family members, friends, and anyone out there in the community, right? Our hope is that you also support others in stepping outside of their comfort zone. There are many people out there that are thinking of going back to school, maybe getting their high set, maybe it's a degree, right? One of those certificate programs, but they don't believe they can do it. They are afraid of stepping out of their comfort zone. Remember when you felt that way? It may just be you showing interest, a smile, a word of encouragement, whatever it takes, but try and help others to step outside that zone, okay? Make that commitment tonight to us. So I would like to remind you that today is not the end of the road in your educational journey, but the beginning of even greater things to come. Continue to reach for more, push yourself outside of your comfort zones. Many of our graduates have successfully gone on to college and/or training, and we want this for you too. We want to help you on your journey to become a lifelong learner. Okay, and there are people tonight, if you had a chance, hopefully, to speak with admissions staff, and then even staff from the programs. They are here tonight to talk to you further about your next steps. But also we want you to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, knowing that we have that social presence now. Stay connected with us, and we want to stay connected with you too, to make sure you're comfortable and confident about what your next steps are. Okay, so at this point, I would like to introduce our keynote speaker, Millie Milagros, a Bristol alumnus who has, okay? So what's great about Millie, Millie Sanchez-Gaton, is that she's a Bristol alumnus who has kindly offered to share her personal story as a means of encouragement to our graduates. Millie?
Hi. Well, first of all, I would like to say congratulations to all of you for your hard work and determination. This is a big step, and you should be very, very proud of yourself. So I want you guys to give yourself a round of applause. So I want to share a little bit about myself and my journey here at Bristol Community College. I grew up in the Dominican Republic, and I grew up very poor, and it was very hard. Education has always been the key to my family, and there was no excuses allowed. I remember doing homework with a candle because we didn't have 24-hour electricity back home. I remember also using our siblings' clothing and their uniforms because we didn't have the luxury to buy a new. At one point, we decided to move to the United States, and I didn't know any English. The only word I knew was French fries, and I ate French fries for like a month. I experienced domestic violence. I ended up getting pregnant when I was 17. I'm here, my twins are there. Right now they're 13. After escaping this awful relationship, I became homeless, and I was homeless for 2 years, moving every 30 to 60 days from shelter to shelter, along with my babies. After escaping, I always knew that I wanted to further my education, and it was hard because I was being held back by someone who didn't want me to surpass him academically. I decided to move to Massachusetts. I wanted to be a pharmacy technician, and in order for me to do that, I needed my GED, well, HiSET now. In 2013, after many attempts, I passed after repeating the math test a couple of times. I don't like math here between us. And I remember putting $5 gas, coming to find out if I passed the test until I finally did it. And it was right there. 2014, I was sitting right where you guys are right now, and I decided that I wanted to continue. And I enrolled at BCC. I graduated 2016, and it was one of the hardest things I've ever done. There were times that my kids, I needed to work, I needed to continue, with my journey, and it was hard, making ends meet and not being able to see my kids. So, not having also family in Massachusetts, I found myself with a lot of support from BCC faculty in the New Bedford campus and here. And my life changed. I got involved in school activities. I was a work study. I became one of the 29 who shine, and I represented Bristol Community College on the state level. I asked for help. I used the resources that BCC had. And in 2016, I graduated. I applied for Simmons University, where I am currently in my last year. I am studying social work. And yes, at the time I lived in New Bedford, and I used to commute 2 hours. And there were times that I couldn't even see my kids. I got home and they were sleeping. But I still committed to that journey because this is something that I wanted. So after that, there were times, life happens, and I became pregnant with the youngest baby that I have right there, and life kicked me hard. I suffer from depression. I ran out of financial aid, and luckily, I was awarded a full scholarship to help me finish my bachelor's degree. So what I'm here to tell you is that, maybe you had, hardships. Maybe you had difficulties, or even you did well in school like me. Maybe you had family troubles or obligations that prevented you from completing your education or achieving your goals. Maybe you have been too busy working 1 or 2 jobs. Or maybe 1 or more life circumstances got in the way. So whatever those hardships are, whatever those challenges were, you overcame them, and you are sitting here right now this evening. So my advice to you is don't stop here. Use the resources. Make sure you connect with someone right before you leave. There's plenty of staff here that can guide you the right way. And I also hope that my story serves as a motivation to keep moving forward. And remember your why. Why? What made you make that decision to be here? So when you feel like you want to give up, just think back. Why in the first place I decided to come and pursue my HiSET? So I also like quotes, and I want to leave you with a very special quote that has helped me throughout the years. And it's by Les Brown, and it says, when life knocks you down, try to land on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Millie, for sharing your powerful, inspiring story and showing us what is possible. We wish you continued success in the future. It certainly looks very bright. I am now proud to introduce this year's student speakers to share their personal stories of accomplishment. I ask that the program directors introduce the student speaker from their program. And we'll start with Eileen Cruz.
Good evening. Congratulations to all of you. Wonderful. Davia Williams grew up in Barbados and moved to the United States in his early 20s. He moved to Fall River after living in Mississippi for several years. Davia worked in the warehouse at A.J. Wright, but he knew that this was not his long-term goal. He earned his CNA certificate and has worked as a certified nursing assistant for over 15 years. Davia began the Adult Basic Education program in fall of 2001, looking for a better life for himself and his family. There were moments when Davia had to step away from the program, but he never gave up. With a lot of hard work and perseverance, Davia earned his high school equivalency diploma in December 2018. He is looking forward to the next chapter in his journey and continuing his education to become a licensed practical nurse. Please welcome Davia Williams.
Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow classmates, beautiful teachers, family and friends. I wish to thank Bristol Community College for the opportunity to address the 2019 graduate class. There are two main considerations that I wish to address with you: challenges and inspirations. One challenge that I face and many students face is change. One challenge I had was leaving Barbados. My family in Massachusetts told me about America and invited me to come. That's when I packed everything and left. It was challenging to leave my mother, my brothers, my sister, and also the rest of my family. But I like the idea of seeing a new place, meeting different people, and learning from them. I was working at different jobs when I came to the US, but I knew within myself that I can do better. That is when I decided to come back to school. Everything about coming back to school was challenging. And we know that we all have challenges one way in our life or the other. I had to change everything around. I had to get up early despite the pain in my leg and through the snow and everything. I had to invest more time in me, especially to do my schoolwork at night after leaving work. It was hard, it was difficult. Even when I got home from work, I was tired and sleepy. I had to plan my time with my son around my class schedule, thanks to my wife who helped out. I had to get used to doing things differently than I had done in my school in Barbados. Many people inspired me on my journey here. I was inspired to come back because I wanted more knowledge. I was inspired by one of my cousins who had told me about this program. Once I was in the program, the teachers helped me to keep here. Lovely teachers. I want to give a round of applause to the teachers. Yes. They helped me when I was struggling. Sometimes during the pain, Miss Sue will come around and say, Davia, you can do this. They told me about different programs like tutoring, which I had. Math tutor was brilliant too. Thanks everything to BCC because math was my weakest subject, so I had to fight all the way. They told me about the programs like tutoring to help me further and further and keep learning. What kept me going, it was the atmosphere of the program. It was like home. I like it a lot, but it was fun, yet it was discipline, because when you miss a few programs, you see a little letter come home and tell you, you know what, you need to get back there and get going again. But my next challenge is exploring what to do as I move forward. I'm currently looking at LPN programs in the area. Being here gave me the encouragement to keep going and going. Being here has fulfilled my dream to get my cap and gown and walk across the stage. I would like to leave you with this quote from Les Brown. Reach for the stars because you might reach for the moon because you might fall among the stars. Thank you.
Good evening and congratulations, class of 2019. You did it. My name is Carmen Botello, and I am the director of the Taunton Adult Education Program, and it is my pleasure to introduce our student speaker. Melissa Watson is a family-first kind of person. Attending high school in Quincy, Mass., she left in 10th grade and went to work to support her family. 17 years later, she now has a family of her own, married for 15 years with 2 children who serve as her primary motivation to succeed. Melissa has just completed her first semester as a credit student at Bristol Community College. She is working towards her certificate in office support and has a special interest in law. When she's not writing papers or taking care of things at home, she loves to hike and paint. If you asked her HiSET instructors, and we did, they would describe Melissa as respectful, calm, poised, a quick learner, critical thinker, leader and guide for her fellow classmates, who all look up to her, an all-around amazing student.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, congratulations, we did it. Many of you here today probably had several moments in your life where you thought about going back to school. Like me, you probably thought about it every time you got passed up for a job advancement that you knew that you deserved. Or maybe it was just a constant feeling of being too afraid to try. I had experienced all this and more, and it still wasn't enough to push me until the day that my daughter looked at me and said, "Mommy, when I grow up, I want to be just like you and work where you work." What should have been a really nice moment became a moment where I cringed. I got this image in my mind of her going down the path that I did, working at the same dead-end job. I thought of all the things that I try and instill in my kids every day, that education is important and you will shine through your willingness to work hard and your desire to succeed. Yet I was not leading by example. The fear that I would not be able to pass the HiSET exam is what kept me from trying, but the fear that my kids would follow in my footsteps, having the same regrets that I did, scared me even more. I had spent too long believing that I didn't have a brain when the whole time my real problem was that I didn't have a diploma. Getting started for me was the hardest part, and I honestly stand before you today in complete amazement because I never thought I would make it this far. Now that I have, I don't plan on stopping here. Within a week of passing my final test for the HiSET, I enrolled in college. I just felt like I had to hit the ground running because why stop once you've started? I plan on pushing myself to reach my full potential, and I want to show the world what my family and friends had known all along, that I'm capable of so much more than I ever gave myself credit for. The best advice I can give you about transitioning from adult education into college is to contact your advisors. The college process is pretty overwhelming, and it's great to have them by your side. They will absolutely guide you in the right direction. There's so many opportunities available to you all now. Investigate every single one of them and choose one that works for you. You will find something. Before I go, I want to extend my sincere gratitude to my teachers and advisors from Taunton Adult Education Program. Determination and hard work brought me here before you tonight, but we all need people in our lives who raise our standards and challenge us to become the best version of ourselves. If I had people like that in my life during my time in high school, I probably would have been more successful early on. And to my husband, Thomas, and my kids, Dominic and Andrea, thank you for your unwavering support and your unbeatable enthusiasm every single time I pass the test. I wouldn't be half the person I am today without the three of you lighting my way. And finally, congratulations to all of you here tonight. Our journey to success has really just begun.
So I was asked this evening to introduce the Attleboro student speaker in the absence of the director, Dale Hayden. So it is with honor that I introduce Kathleen Carlo. Is 27 years old. She grew up in New Jersey and moved to Rhode Island when she was 19 years old. She spent 5 years there and has lived in Massachusetts for over 2 years. Kathleen is a single mother with 2 beautiful children. Her son Asher is 1, and her daughter Avelina is 6. Kathleen started the adult education program in December of 2018, and she earned her high school credential on February 12th, 2019. This has provided Kathleen the opportunity to maintain a good job and enroll in summer classes as she begins her paralegal studies. Congratulations, Kathleen.
Thank you. Good evening and congratulations. I know you've heard it a lot. It's not going to be the last time tonight. Not having my high school diploma not only stunted my growth to a better job and studying further, but it also took a toll on my self-worth and value as someone in society and as an example for my children. I dropped out of high school 3 months away from graduation. I was living on my own, living in a homeless shelter, and was working full-time as a waitress. I wasn't doing well in my classes, and I was exhausted and had to put my job before my education. A few years later, my daughter came into my life, and I continued to put my education on the back burner as I fully welcomed and enjoyed motherhood. Between having my daughter and 5 years later having my son, I worked jobs in retail and waitressing. I've always loved service jobs because I truly enjoyed serving people, but I knew I wanted more for my life. I knew I wanted to become a better example for my daughter, who could now comprehend my life choices. 8 months after I had my son, I had become a single mother. I had faced a battle of domestic violence and was facing homelessness. I wasn't working at the time because I was taking care of my son full-time. I was left without any financial support, and the most unfortunate part was I didn't have the education to obtain a high enough paying job to support a household with 2 children on my own. I found myself completely distraught and fearful for my family's future. I had no support from family, and I felt completely alone. My mental health was not good because of the abuse, and I had fallen into a very dark place. I knew the only way and the only one who could make a decision to change my life's path was myself. And I realized that it meant I needed to ask for help. I understood that I couldn't do it on my own, and all my years of trying to do it on my own hadn't advanced my situation. My first step was realizing that even though I had faith in God and trusted Him, I was still not giving Him my whole situation. Every time a new struggle presented itself, I prayed to God that He would hold it for me. The burden was too much for me to bear. I had so much responsibility fall on me at once, and I knew I needed to finally hand it over to him. Once I was able to do that, he started pointing the way and showing me all he had planned for my life. My anxieties and fears no longer had a place in my life because he was holding my life in his hands. Every time I had a financial issue or a door closed, he made sure a new one was opened and that I was provided for. This allowed me to really pursue and believe in a higher calling for myself. God not only provided and secured hope for me, but by allowing him to call the shots, he placed all of the right people in my life. Krista Silva from the Adult Basic Education Program has been an incredible support in my hard times. She's over there wrangling my children. She has shown so much encouragement and faith in me and always had another option when I felt like I didn't have any left. She was always there to listen and still is. She is one of the most positive people I've ever met in my life and a living, breathing example of what it is to be a fighter and a strong woman. I am so thankful for her, and I know that God placed her in my life for a reason. Coming into this program, I was still a mess. I didn't have all the answers, but I figured out and learned so much about myself. I learned of all the options I had in front of me. I took career tests and heard from different speakers about potential careers. I was able to figure out where God wanted me to be and how to get there. I am now enrolled at BCC, and I'm studying for my paralegal studies certificate. I have confidence in my future, and I am so excited for my education. Receiving my high school education has done so much. It has instilled a confidence in myself. It has created a strong belief that I can accomplish anything, even as a single mother, even as a domestic violence survivor, and even though I was late to the game. It has opened a door to an incredible job substitute teaching at my daughter's charter school that I would not have been able to obtain without. And most of all, it has helped me be an example for my beautiful daughter, Aveline, who deserves a mom who is willing to fight and show her all she can be and more. This is just the start for my little family's incredible future, and I will continue to lead it with my faith in God, education, and strength through every fight. And if there's anything that I can leave with you guys, my fellow graduates, I hope it's that you have a better understanding of how big of a deal it is that you're here right now. You're here because you had obstacles. We didn't have to be there in high school graduating. We're here for a reason. We had to go through everything we went through for a reason, and it made us stronger. And you guys matter, and you have a purpose. Thank you.
First of all, I want to say congratulations to all of you, class of 2019. We're very, very proud of you. My name is Ada Snow, and I'm Director of Workplace Literacy, and I have the pleasure of introducing our final student speaker, Jermina Guillaume. Jermina Guillaume was born and raised in Paris, France. She moved to the United States at the age of 17 and knew very little English. Jermina was determined to learn English and to eventually get her high school diploma. 4 years ago, she began attending HiSET classes for parents at Head Start. As a mother of 4 young children, it was a very long and challenging road to reach her goal and complete the HiSET. In spite of many obstacles along the way, Jermina never gave up. She plans to continue at Bristol in the medical field and move forward in her educational journey. I am very pleased and proud to introduce Jermina Guillaume.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone enjoying this day so far. My name is Jermina Guillaume. I was born and raised in France. I came to the US when I was 17 years old and knew a very little English. I worked hard to learn the language. I joined the HiSET program for parents of children at Head Start almost 4 years ago. Since I have 4 very young children, I had to study late at night after my children were in bed. I studied several hours every night and barely slept. Even though I was exhausted, I was determined to finish my HiSET. Since English is my second language, it was very challenging for me. Graduating with my HiSET diploma is one of the most important events in my life. I have finally done it. I have accomplished my goal. Graduating is a big step for me in my journey through life. Having a diploma is a wonderful tool in this world, one that opens many doors of opportunity for anyone who is fortunate enough to have one. However, graduating is not an end goal of itself, but only a part of the journey of life. I have already shown my commitment to personal growth by making it this to ceremony today. I also look forward for my CNA graduation ceremony, which I can see on the horizon. I also hope to get my certificate in sterilization of medical equipment. Graduating is one of the most important things in my life, but I will not stop here and growing once I get my diploma. Being in this program has opened up a world, a new skill that I will carry for the rest of my life. I will not stop at learning new skill either, because graduating has already shown how capable I am when I commit myself to a goal. I hope that all of us here today can take my personal accomplishment and see it as an example of how anything is truly possible when we apply ourselves. I am delighted by what I have achieved. I have come a long way, and I have been equipped with the necessary tools to tackle challenges in my future. I would like to thank all those who helped me along the way, including my teacher, Mr. Jonathan McDonough, Mr. George McCoughlin, the administrator Ada Snow, and my family, especially my husband. I am filled with happiness by being able to stand here today and give this speech. As a mother of 4, it was not easy getting here, but I did it. And the struggle has only made me stronger and this moment sweeter. It was such a great pleasure for me to share this part of graduation ceremony with you all. I want to thank everyone for being here to celebrate with us today. Honestly, this is one of the highest points of my life, and I would like to congratulate all those who graduated today by saying, job well done. Feel good, doesn't it? We made it. In this program, there's one thing I have learned about life. Do never give up, even when times are difficult. In closing, I would just like to say that although this moment is a great relief because I have finally graduated, It is sad because I had to leave my amazing teacher and my friends that I've made here. Once again, congrats to all of you who are graduating today, and may we all have a bright future. May God bless you all.
And so thanks to all these brave students, right, for sharing their personal stories, because they're truly inspirational. One of the more special features of this ceremony is the awarding of the Diane M. McMullen Memorial Scholarship. Diane McMullen was a champion for the adult learner. She devoted her professional life to adult education and was dedicated to lifelong learning. And as the Dean of Adult Education, ensured high-quality adult education programming here at Bristol for many years. Her family has established a scholarship in her memory for a hardworking HiSET recipient who will continue on to Bristol in an associate's degree program. At this time, I would like to ask Diane's daughters, her family, to please come up to the stage to present the scholarship in Diane's honor.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Noah Brandt. I am here tonight with my mom, Katie, my aunt, Lon, and my cousin, Anthony. We are proud to present a scholarship in honor of my mother, Diane McMullen.
Diane McMullen was our mother and your Dean of Literacy Services. She was an active board member of the Massachusetts Coalition for Adult Education and a tireless advocate for adult learners. When Mom passed away in 2009, we established a scholarship to honor her passion for lifelong learning.
We feel privileged to be included in this special night and are always moved by the powerful student speakers that take the stage before us. Over the years, there have been many inspiring stories of unique paths that graduates take to get to this very moment. Our mother pointed these stories out, making sure that we saw that success did not always come the first time around.
The tenacity that you utilize to reach the goal of achieving your HiSET will help you as you move forward in your education and your careers. It will make you a role model for the friends and family in your life, and you will inspire them to achieve their dreams.
Thank you for following us to continue to be a part of your BCC community. We are so proud of Adelise and every graduate. We wish you all the best as you begin this new chapter in your journey of lifelong learning. Congratulations!
Will Adelise Rivera please come up to the stage?
Please, absolutely. It's wonderful.
Sorry, I'm in the way.
Yes, please. Hello, everybody. I just want to take this moment to thank the Diane M. McMullen Memorial Scholarship Association for giving me this opportunity to progress to college. I owe my deepest gratitude to my teachers at BCC, Ms. Sue, Ms. Carol, and Mr. Robert, who saw my abilities and pushed me to fulfill them. Thankfully, I come from a family who has always stood behind me and gave me the confidence I needed to pursue this. If it wasn't for all you incredible people, I wouldn't be where I am right now. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations again to Adelius, and thank you, McMullen family, for your generosity. And now is the moment that you have been waiting for, graduates and family, right? We've all been waiting. The presentation of certificates. Please try to hold your applause until all graduates have received their certificates. Thank you. I will first award certificates to the student speakers on stage. Students, please come to receive your certificate as I call your name. Davia Williams.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. And you, the president, yeah, why don't you- I'm sorry, come over. Excellent. Congratulations. I'll wait for Davia. Thank you, President. Okay. Melissa Watson. You are with Melissa. Congratulations. Okay, next is Kathleen Carlo. Congratulations, Kathleen. Very impressive. Oh, very cute. Beautiful. Okay, and then Jermina Guillaume. Congratulations, Jermina. Okay, will all of our HiSET recipients please rise? Recipients in the first row are progressing now to advance to the stage. So at this time, I ask that Carol Ginsberg and Joe Silva, HiSET instructors in our Fall River program, to come up to the stage to call each student to receive their certificate.
Joseph Alves. Carrie Banville. Brucelia Areli Boteo. Jennifer Bercier. Victoria Boyden. Joanna Brulard.
Sorry. Sorry.
Sarah Buckman. Zachary Blandheim. John Cabral. Martha Regina Carnero Burrow. Ashlyn Choquette. Derek Christie. Benjamin Cohen.
Thank you.
Bree Cordero. Ricardo Costa.
Congratulations. Are you excited? Smile.
David Sear. Jacob Chismezia. Shiranette Davila. Andre DeMello. Michael DeMello.
Might be
Jandira DePina. Candy Dias.
It's okay. DePietro?
Victoria DePietro. James Doherty. Luann Evans. Macy Fernandez. Shane Fields. Diamond Frank. Nancy Fuentes.
It's easy. Yell it.
Brittany Furtado. Alvin Gonzalez. Carmen Ayandola. Ramona Ingram. Kerry Jones. Deja Kelleher. Madison Lewis. Marisol Martinez. Mark McMahon. Walter Miner. Mackenzie Newman. Orlando Ocasio. Jane Pagan. Keith Pedini. Michaela Prindeville. Casilda Raposo. Adalis Rivera.
Thank you.
Indira Rivera. Patsy Ayala Rivera. Yohani Rocha. Maribel Sanchez. Christina Spooner. Michelle Tarver.
Come on up.
Gina Travers. Gina Travers. Muji Wu. Tyrone Edwards. I think that's it. That's it. Good job. Very stressful, very stressful.
Nice job. Excellent. Okay. To the 2019 graduating high-set class, we ask you to stand at this point all at once, and even on the stage here as well. Let's congratulate them. Yes, let's give them a final round of applause. This is my favorite part of this speech. This is my favorite part, right? We at Bristol Community College formally recognize your successful completion of all requirements as related to the high school equivalency diploma, HiSET, as a sign of your official passage from adult education student to HiSET graduate. Please transfer your tassel from the right side of your mortarboard to the left side now to signify this. Final round of applause. Congratulations! I ask that the graduates please stand and remain standing. I'm sorry, you're already standing, right? Remain standing until the recessional is complete. President Douglas is available to take more pictures. I think most of you had your picture taken, but there is a designated area over here as well. And we would love for you to stay for a celebratory cake and light refreshments just after the ceremony, after the recessional is complete. I now declare a close to these proceedings of Bristol's 34th Annual HiSET Graduation Ceremony. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.